First of all, my obeisance to my Guru Pada Padmani Tele Pravistam Vishnu Pad. Astutra Shata Shishimad BhaktiVinod Srila Vamana Goswami Maharaj. Entune Tele Pravistam Vishnu Pad. Astutra Shata Shishimad BhaktiVinod Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj. To the lotus feet which remove all the fear, my humble obeisances again and again. After that, I also offer my obeisances to Tele Pravistam Vishnu Pad. Astutra Shata Shishimad BhaktiVinod Srila Swami Maharaj. And to all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis assembled here, please accept my humble obeisances again and again. So for the past 2 days, we have been speaking about the Jagat Guru, Universal Guru, Shankaracharya. Shankara is directly Lord Shiva, the avatar of Lord Shiva. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Sukadeva Goswami Pad has glorified so much to Shankara as being the, like Bhagavatam explains, that amongst all the Vaishnavas, the best of all the Vaishnavas is Shankaraji, Lord Shiva. So he is amongst the 12 Mahajans. Jam Maharaj is saying, he told, we are 12 Mahajans, 12 great personalities. Brahmaji and Shivaji are one of them. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. The 4 Kumaras also. Sanat Kumara, Sananda, also Kapil Rishi, one of the 12 Mahajans. Manu also another. Prahlad Maharaj, Janak Maharaj and Bhishmadev. And Bali Maharaj and Sukadev Goswami. Vyasaki means Sukadev Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva. That's why he's called Vyasaki also. And when he says I am, Saki Bayam, Bayam means myself, Jam Maharaj. So the name of Shambhu, Shiva, is one of the 12 Mahajans, it's mentioned. So, following the orders, instructions of God, Shivaji, he has tried to delude these people who have demoniac nature. How? By preaching this Mayavad philosophy. Actually, the Mayavad philosophy, it's a hidden Buddhism. And our BhaktiVinod Thakur in the Javadharma book, in the 2nd chapter, BhaktiVinod Thakur called Shankaracharya as the Prag Udith Acharya. I don't know proper translation. So he established the basis. And he made like a basis for the other acharyas to preach and to establish the Shuddha Bhakti. So Shankaracharya, in the end of his life, he also told Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda. Oh, foolish, worship Govinda. So sometimes we should never dishonor a Vaishnava because we saw like his external behavior or something like that. So these activities of the Vaishnavas, even great personalities, very intelligent, they cannot understand. Read it, Lord Shiva, he's so surrendered to Bhagavan Vishnu, so surrendered. So, we see how he preached the Mayavad philosophy to delude the demons. Another point. to destroy is something very difficult. But Lord gave this duty to Shiva to destroy. So it's very dear to Lord Vishnu. In this context, in Chaitanya Charitamrita explains the Amrita Kanabhasya, my Gurudev, he has explained the philosophy of Shankaracharya, especially in relation to the four Mahavakyas, Vedanta Sutra. Sorry, not the four Mahavakyas of Vedanta Sutra, but so here he's relating the four Mahavakyas of the Vedas and this philosophy of Vedanta to the Trinad Jnana verse. So, aham brahmasmi, you establish yourself in who you are in truth. So there's a beautiful description about this. So I am the servant of Krishna, the beloved of the gopis. So externally it looks like contradictory, but if you really study deeply the Shastras and the inner meanings, then you understand. Then you can understand. When the Jiva has the Atma Bhiman, when the Jiva thinks himself is the body, then the Jiva cannot be more humble than a blade of grass. Nanda Maharaj. When can you be more humble than a blade of grass? When you realize you're the servant of Bhagavan. So one thing is Vijnana, like realization, another thing is Gyan, only knowledge. So if you want to know something or like to know recognize something, you need this knowledge. But Vijnana really means realization, experience, feeling. So when the Jiva develops this sambandha again, this knowledge of relationship, then the Jiva automatically will become more humble than a blade of grass. Trinad. So the instructions that Mahaprabhu gave, he told how to chant holy names. Trinad Pisunichana, like this. Being more humble than a blade of grass. Generally, the Bhadajivas, they have the ego of being the body. So if we haven't given up this ego of being the material body, then we cannot realize God. So the conception of Shankaracharya. So with aham brahmasmi, the real meaning of aham brahmasmi is I belong to Brahma. Just like we say, like for example, jati, like manusha jati, the human beings, the mankind. You know, the go jati, the cows. Kshatriya jati, all the kshatriyas. So according to the activities and the qualities, we fit into one of the varnas and ashrams. Yesterday we were listening about it, that Bhagavan, he's called Brihad Chaitanya, and the Jiva is Anu Chaitanya. So the qualities of Brihad Chaitanya, means the great conscious being, also the same qualities are in the Anu Chaitanya, minded conscious being. Just like the nature of the fire is Dahika Shakti, means to burn. The potency to burn is the natural nature, like inherent nature of the fire. It doesn't come from outside, it's always in the fire. But you see, even the spark of the fire also has naturally and spontaneously the same nature. But because the spark of the fire is very small, it doesn't burn. But But because the spark also has the same qualities of this great fire, then this also manifests sometimes when the environment is appropriate. Another example, the rays of the sun. No, just like the sparks of the fire. Sorry, spark of the fire. If the spark of the fire touches like some fuel or inflammable substance, then it will also start a big fire. Suppose a petrol or kerosene, there is inflammable, how do you say, like substance. So a spark of the fire, if it's in contact of this inflammable substance like petrol or kerosene, then a big fire will come, big fire. In the same way, the Jiva by Sat Sanga can also get the same qualities of Lord. And then the Jiva will be to serve to Lord. And in this moment, the material body will be destroyed. And then the Jiva will realize its own Swarup, own form. Actually, you cannot serve God who is spiritual with your material body. If you don't have Deva Bhav, like if you're not a God yourself, you cannot serve to God. Means if you don't have the qualities of God, you cannot serve to Him. That's why it is said, all the qualities of Lord, they reflect in their devotees. So in the same way, here is being said, so we belong to Brahma. So Shankaracharya told aham brahmasmi, but he took this. It's just this is not a complete like the shloka. This is only a part of a sentence of the Vedas. So these 4 mantras that Shankaracharya chose to speak up, in relation to Vedanta, to the philosophy of Vedanta, is like 4 Mahavakyas. It is not the complete sentence. But because to really explain, you would need more parts of the sentence. It's like partly, just a part. You cannot understand something only with the part of the sentence, a part of it. Oh, one example. One king, he told to someone, look, write here a sign that it's forbidden to piss here, to urinate. You cannot urinate here. It's forbidden. But when you're doing that job, when it's sunset, you can stop. You should write it while in the daylight. So the person started writing, so he wrote, here urinate. He wrote like this, here urinate, but the rest of the sentence is forbidden. He didn't write, and in the time the sun set, so he only put the sign, he urinate here. So early in the morning, everybody started peeing there. Then the king thought, oh my, what happened? You didn't write that sign, it was forbidden. Oh no, but you told not to write after sunset, and that's why I stopped. So I didn't finish the work, and I just stopped in the middle. And what? When the king told, but you didn't complete the sentence, so how come? You should have written completely. Urinate here is forbidden. You should have written, but you didn't. So in the same way, BhaktiVinod Thakur explains that these parts of Upanishads that he took is not complete, is only partly. You need the rest of the sentence. So like aham brahmasmi, I am Brahma. So actually, when the Jiva realizes his Swarup again, his spiritual form, then the Jiva will become Trinad sunicena. What is the main meaning of the word Brahma? I belong to Bhagavan. Just like with this Bhuta Shuddhi mantra, the heart is purified. So in the same way, by the mantra aham brahmasmi, we find the meaning of the Trinad sunicena. This Trinad sunicena reflects from aham brahmasmi. Yesterday we spoke also about atomasi. You are that, or you belong to that, actually. Because tat means also God. So you belong to God. So when you say tat, you mention about God, and when you mention tam, means the Jiva, means tat tomasi, like the Jiva belongs to God. So third, amani manada, don't hanker for name, fame, reputation, and give honor to others. This relates to sarvam kalidam brahma. Just like a Mahabhagavata sees his worshipful deity everywhere, then you can become amani manada. Like don't want a name, fame, and giving fame to others. Because when prema comes, automatically you feel so humble, so fallen. The nature of prem, you will feel so fallen, like so low. This is the nature of prem. So the example given is Nanda Maharaj. He told, I don't love Krishna. Nanda Maharaj told, I don't love Krishna, but see Dasharath Maharaj, how much he loves Ram. Feeling separation of Ram, Dasharath Maharaj, he left body, calling out to Ram, Ram. Nanda Maharaj told, my son left me, but I'm still alive. This means that I don't have so much love for him. So in this context, there's a story of Ramayana I told, very beautiful story. You know that the king of the demons, Ravan, he had kidnapped Sita. Then after that, Bhagavan Ramachandra, he did some friendship with Sugriv, and he got the help of the army of monkeys to cross the ocean. Well, who would cross the ocean? Do you understand what I told? So, all the monkeys, they were feeling so proud. I can do this, I can do that. But they were speaking so many things. But the monkeys were saying, okay, but about crossing the ocean, well, some monkey told, oh, I can cross only half of it. Another monkey told, I can go, but I cannot come back. He tried, Jambavati. He told, I can go, but I cannot come back. Sugriv also told, I can go only halfway. Then they asked to Hanuman. Hanuman told, okay, I'll go. Hanuman told, Jai Siya Ram, and he went. He just jumped and he crossed the big, big ocean. and he reached Lanka. Then after that, there was a meeting between him and Sita. All that story is there. But Bhagavan Ramachandra himself, he was on the waiting with Jambavan, Sugriv and others waiting. Then when Hanuman came back with news from Sita, everybody was giving jai to Hanuman. They started giving jai to him, Jai Bajranga Bali. Then Bhagavan Ramachandra told Sugriv, generally people give jai to me. Today everybody's giving jai to Vajranga Bali, like Hanuman. Why? Then Sugriv told, certainly Hanuman, he's bringing some news from Sita. He was victorious. That's why. Then when Hanuman came, so he did pranam to Ram, sat near, and then Ram asked to Hanuman, Hanuman, tell me, did you see my wife Sita Devi alive, or did you see like her dead? Tell me. Then Hanuman told, Prabhu, which kind of question is this? How can you even think that? So Hanuman is saying, Prabhu, why are you asking this question? I just saw her, I'm coming back with the evidence. Then Ramachandra told Hanuman, tell me. Because I know that my father, he had so much love and affection for me, and he couldn't tolerate feeling separation from me. So Bhagavan Ramachandra told Tulsidas and Ramacharita also explained this. When I left Ayodhya and I went to the forest, my father, Dasharat Maharaj, had so much Vatsalya Bhav for me. Vatsalya Prem. He could not tolerate feeling Vatsalya Prem, and then he left his body calling out Haram, Haram. Okay, actually, today in the morning I was studying the real reason why Dasharat Maharaj left his body. Actually, he was cursed by the Andamuni, that blind rishi. He cursed him to also die feeling separation from his son. Dasharatha Maharaj told this to his queens. He told this to his queens. Anyway, Bhagavan Ramachandra said, because he loved me so much, my father, he left his body feeling so much separation from me when they left Ayodhya. And you know, Kanta Prem, the conjugal mood, is even higher than Vatsalya Prem. What is the meaning of Kanta Prem, like lover beloved mood? Should that Swami explain? Ka Anta, like where is the end of it? There's no limit. Who can? So Ka Anta, Ka Anta means end, limit. Like so Ka Anta, there is no limit, no end. Nobody can describe this lover beloved mood, like this conjugal mood. There are two kinds of Kanta Prem: Swakya, like wedded husband wife, and Parakya, lover beloved. So the prema between Sita and Ram is Swakyata, like husband and wife, and in Vraj, Parakya. Actually, lover beloved, paramour. Actually, only in Braj there is the paramour mood, Parakya mood only. Only in Braj. So Bhagavan Ramachandra, he's saying, so Vatsalya Prem what happens? Kanta Prem is higher than Vatsalya Prem. So how possible my wife Sita Devi will be alive? By the Vatsalya Ras, Dashrath Maharaj couldn't put up with that situation and he left his body. So how can Sita Devi bear this? How can she bear this situation and continue alive? So Hanuman, tell me, did you really see her? My Sita, did you see her alive? Although Ramachandra knows everything, still teaching to the Jivas, he's telling this and actually glorifying Sita in this world. Tulasidas, he told a beautiful verse in this story. Which verse? I was going to speak and now disappeared. Okay, remembered. Tulasidas wrote this. It's not my story. It's actually in Ramayana. In the Hanuman, he told in the Ramcharitamanas, it's full of Tatu Siddhanta this. What is the meaning? Hey Prabhu. So your holy names with 2 syllables, they are like security guards. So the security guard, he's kept outside the gates. So he'll not allow some people to come inside, the security guard. So your name, Ram, 2 syllables. Ram. Então, so they are like 2 security guards. Ramo. These 2 syllables, they are like 2 security guards. Ramo. Divasanisha means day and night. Sita Devi, Mother Janaki, she's chanting your holy names. So these holy names, they're like a door, like a. And Mother Janaki, she's meditating on you continuously. So the meditation is like a kapat. Kapat. You know, before people used to close the doors with some kind of a bar that you close the door like a stick or some wood. Or for example, when the train comes, making that sound, ding ding ding, the bell is ringing. There is some block that you cannot cross. You know, like they put something that you cannot cross, like some big thing that you cannot cross the railway. And one more thing about her lotus feet. Her eyes are shut and she's always concentrated in her lotus feet. This is like Jantrit. Jantrit means like a lock. So in this way, there's no way out of her body. Like her life air cannot leave her body. There's no way out. Like everything is closed. Like the security guard, the gate, the door, that another bar holding the door and the gates, like blocking the passage, and unlock. So first, security guards outside. Then the gate is closed with this, like suppose the train is coming, then you cannot. Some people, they are naughty, they want to cross that railway even when it's closed. You know, like there's some block thing to block the way of the railway. Sorry, I don't know the proper word. But some people, they just go anyway and just cross this. But then sometimes they lock the passage so that nobody. Okay, so prema is like this. But then God, He keeps the body of the devotee. Like Krishna told to Udith, go and give my message to the gopis, pacify them. Hey Udith, go to Braj. Pacify my parents. And try to pacify the. Uddhava later told. Krishna told to Uddhava, the gopis, they are like myself. If their life air was really inside their body, actually her body would not be able to tolerate the separation. There's a shloka in the Bhagavatam. Krishna told, actually, I am in their body. I am in their body. Because they're in their bodies, because they are suffering so much in separation from me. They wouldn't be able to keep their body if it wasn't for me. That's why I'm in their body. Because in the separation, the body is suffering so much, like it's so much hot, the body in the separation. So it will not be able to keep the body in that situation. So much heat in the body, and at the same time also so much coolness. So these two things come at the same time contradictory, like the heat and the cold in the body. Vishwanath Chakravarti explains in the commentary. Is prem like the fire or like the cold, like the ice? It's not possible to judge it, to decide. Those who have prem in the hearts, the commentary explains that how to understand what is prem. If you take all the cold from all the unlimited universes and you put in one side, and also all the heat of all the unlimited universes also in the other side. And you know, like the volcano, or the lava of the volcano, all those the fire from the volcano. Put this also in one side. Or all the heat from all, like the suns in one side, and another the cold from all the cold, and the other side not be equal to what you feel when you have prem. So prem is like, it's cold and cool or hot. So at the same time, both. So how to possible to tolerate? So the body cannot bear it. This is true. So when the sadhaka comes to bhav, so the sadhaka gives up his body just like the snake coming out from the changes skin. you'll think, oh, that person has prema, but actually, in the beginning of bhava,